Welcome to Bergamo, a city that seamlessly blends its rich history with artistic treasures. As you explore the enchanting streets and squares, let the captivating tales of the past and the splendor of art unfold before you. I started my journey at Porto Nuovo Piazza, a modern square adorned with sleek architecture. 50 meters further, I see left the Centro Piacentiniano, which showcases historic facades and traditional Italian cafes. Right, I see the renowned composer, the Gaetano Donizetti Theatre. It is a cultural gem. Behind, I discovered the spiritual sanctuary of Chiesa dei Santi, a church with a tranquil ambience and architectural nuances that narrate tales of devotion and faith. A bit further, the Torre dei Caduti commemorates the fallen heroes of World War I. The tower stands tall as a symbol of remembrance, and its structure resonates with historical significance. I crossed the plaza in front of the building Intesa San Paolo and reached the Palazzo Frazzoni just behind. It is a Renaissance palace, offers a glimpse into the opulence of a bygone era. Marvel at its elegant details and artistic embellishments that speak to the city's noble heritage. Passing the Chiesa di Santa Lucia with its architectural beauty, I head to the Gothic elegance of the Church of St. Leonardo. Adorned with frescoes and intricate details, it reflects the medieval charm of Bergamo. On the inside there is one single nave with 4 chapels on each side. The chapel dedicated to the Patrocinio, a Blessed Virgin, was built over the old cemetery. Besides, numerous works of art are guarded inside the chapels and the sacristies, including the wonderful painting by Lorenzo Lotto, Dead Christ Mourned, a rare example of tempera on canvas at 1520 to 1521. Opposite there is a middle-class building with a bar and a cafe where life pulsates. I walk up the street to the right and immerse myself in daily life. After a few minutes I pass the Basilica of Sant Alessandro, named after Saint Alexander, the patron saint of Bergamo. He was beheaded on the spot where this huge pillar stands today. It is the only evidence of the cathedral dedicated to the saint in the 4th century, since in 1618 it was rebuilt with fragments of stone monuments from Roman times. The higher I go, the more beautiful the buildings on the side of the road become. Up here I see a city wall. However, it is not yet that of the upper city, i.e. the Città Alta. Before I go up the bridge to Porta San Giacomo, I have to take this photo to the left and look at the lower town from up here on the bridge. Only then can I walk through the gate and go left along the city wall. In 1561 the enormous Venetian city walls were built. The fortification shelf was intended to deter the enemies from attacking. The houses that had spread from the mountaintop onto the slopes had to be demolished. Thousands of Bergamo residents lost their homes. Even religious places had to give way to the large-scale project. Now I'm drawn to the city. I soon find myself standing in front of the southern facade with the white lions. They add a touch of myth and legend of Santa Maria Maggiore. I enter and see the important masterpieces in the church. In addition to the frescoes, which show, among other things, the tree of life of the life path of Jesus Christ, as well as the processional cross, the valuable Gobelin tapestries and the beautiful inlay work by Lotto and Capoferri. I leave the church through the northern facade with the red lions supporting the two pillars of the archway. There are statues of saints in a loggia above. Right next to it is the brilliant Caglione Chapel. Bartolomeo Caglione was a successful mercenary leader who had become rich through his service in various armies, fighting on the side that paid him best. Right next to the basilica is the cathedral and the Palazzo della Ragione, a historic building that once served as the civic heart of Bergamo. I'm drawn to the alley to the right of the cathedral. I walk back, under the Palace of Justice, into the Piazza Vecchia, Bergamo's pulsating heart. The first thing I see is the Palazzo Nuovo with its bright and imposing white marble facade, which served as the town hall for 300 years. Opposite I see the north facade of the Palazzo della Ragione. And to the right of it the Torre Civica with the Palazzo del Podesta, both form a majestic duo overlooking Piazza Vecchia. I sit down in the sun in the restaurant behind the fountain, which was donated by the Mayor Alvise Contrarini in 1780. I enjoy the wonderful view over a pizza. Surrounded by historical buildings, cafes, and the iconic Campanone, the square radiates the city's vibrant atmosphere. Well fortified, I take the street behind the Palazzo Nuovo and dive into the narrow streets of the old town. Walking through the arch of the Subfappi's Gate, I pass the Fara Park. Soon I'm standing in front of the former Monastero di San Agostino, which appears majestic. The monastery was completed in 1797. Today it forms part of the University of Bergamo. Wandering through the cloisters, I absorb the spiritual tranquility of this historical site. Following the wall, I enjoy the views in the various alleys. Soon I see the San Lorenzo or Garibaldi Gate, opposite to that of San Giacomo, the smallest and oldest of the walls. Its ancient name comes from the church that used to be there, which was demolished by the Venetian government in order to build the walls. Who wouldn't want to live in one of these villas on this picturesque hillside? The Torre del Gambito pulls me into an alley and I let myself drift. Suddenly I'm faced with the lavatoio, the ancient wash house. It is a long tank of white marble divided into different parts, covered by an elegant roof made of cast iron and metal slabs. Built in 1881, the wash house, il lavatoio in Italian, Via San Lupo, in the upper town, represents a beautiful model from the design point of view. Strolling further, I stay at the homonymous gate, the main and monumental access to the upper town. Walking without a plan, it seems, that all ways are leading back to the area of the Santa Maria Maggiore Basilica and the Duomo. The Episcopal Seminary Giovanni Xi is not only an educational institution but also an architectural gem. Visitors are not welcome, as I could see from the gestures. Climbing up the Sant Eufemia hill, I reach the Rocca, a fortress overlooking Bergamo. The fortress, dating back to the 14th century, still bears evident traces of the military function it had over the centuries. the bomber's house is now home to the 19th Century Museum. The exhibition tells about the town's transformations between the old regime and the Italian unification. A Bergamo in the middle of the Risorgimento climate in which the stories of the 180 Bergamasco people from the 1,000 who joined Garibaldi in the heroic undertaking are relived. Its commanding position offers panoramic views of the city, like to the dome and the roof of the Palazzo della Ragione and beside the Torre Civica. More right, I see the Seminario Vescovile Giovanni XXII. Architecturally, the complex looks like a genuine citadel within a citadel. It was founded in 1567, just a few years after the Council of Trent 1545. Thanks a lot for watching my video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please press the like button.